and a light heavyweight contest between I'm so sorry between Dan Spoon and John Hawke. It soon won't be worth doing predictions for the Bellator events, because they are getting worse and worse with their website updates in terms of cards. You know, for season 2, they had the full list of the main card, which they had little pictures next to each one, and underneath that they had all the local sort of bouts on the undercard, and they used to have this up at least a week in advance. Now they're not doing so well. Last week they didn't have the undercard. This week we've got one fight listed on their fight card. This is for Bellator 26, which is happening August the 26th at the Kansas, somewhere in Kansas City. And it's Mike Hayes versus Alexei Olinik. I'm going to go for Mike Hayes. And that's literally all they have written there. So that's about all I can give you. This, which is Full Contact Fighting Federation, have had their card up for quite some time. This is Rumble at the Roseland, number 53. August the 28th at the Roseland Theatre in Portland, that's in Oregon. Let's have a look at their fight card. They've got their £145 championship title, and it's between John Alden and Justin Mark. I don't know either of those, so, but there we are. They also have an £170 championship title. This is between Chad James and Rod Jacks. Chad James rings a bell. Not quite sure why. So I shall go for him on that one. Here's the rest of the card for you. It is Dominic Sepp versus David Converse. Don't know. Matt Cox versus Corey Wyatt. I'll go for Corey Wyatt on that one. Liz McCarthy versus Jana Pippa. Tom Grott versus Elmer Banks. Nick Huff versus Dylan Loriot. Joe Kyle Werner versus George Jordan. Andrew Hook versus Corey Von Bauer. Travis Cavalli versus Ben Egley. Spencer Stambow versus Nick Biron. Austin Warner versus Jeff Alden. William Hill. You know, we have a good betting shop chain of shops in this country called William Hill, but anyway, versus James Ling. And the rest of the card, John Santos versus Jack Breeding. He's Team Quest, so I shall go for him. Scott Byrne versus Justin Hubbard. Jason Lane versus versus James Brady. Sorry. Carlos Cura versus Darby Brooks. Andy Giles versus Ryan Harrington. He's another Team Quest, so I shall go for him as well. Alan Dickey versus James Smith. Tommy Graggio, he's Team Quest, so I'll go for him. I think I'll support anybody from Team Quest at the moment. Versus James Smith. Che Canady versus Tyler Patezyke, something like that. Rex Folk, he's Team Quest, so I'll go for him. Versus Brian Neuro. And Marcis Gonzalez versus Rex Folk. He's also Team Quest. I assume they are probably related. So I shall go for him as well. I am going for people by team there. I don't know those, but other than that, I'm not going to have many predictions this week. So there we are. Now, if you are planning on going to UFC 118, you might like to know that they are doing a Fan Expo at that point in time. And one of the events going along is Grapplers Quest. They're doing a tournament at the UFC Fan Expo, August 27th and 28th. Have they got they haven't got any names down. They do have there are several divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4 that I can see. But the event is limited to 1,500 competitors. So if you want to take part in that, chop chop, I imagine it's first come, first served. It's probably already sold out, but there you are. And they are giving out cash prizes, the largest of which seems to be around 1,250. That's obviously in US dollars. Here we are. Super fights. They've got Rolls Gracie versus Roberto Abreu. Gregor Gracie versus Pablo Popovich. Hermes Franca is going along. He's fighting Ryan Hall. And Penny Thomas is fighting Tracy Goodall. So if you fancy going, the weigh-ins are on Thursday. And then they've got Friday and Saturday with the actual fights. So there you are. Might be nice, but you might have to hurry because they probably will sell out very shortly. And American Elite Cage Fighting. This is AEC number 7, happening August the 28th in Edmore. It's actually happening at the Phoenix Bar, 413 East Main Street. They haven't got a card listed, but they do tell us that there's a £155 championship match going on between Randy Wiggins and Mike Childs. Mike Childs, the name rings a bell. Randy Wiggins, I just think the names... well, I bet he got picked on when he was little. I don't know. I don't know either of them, I don't think, so it wouldn't be pertinent to make a prediction, but I thought I would announce that anyway. Right, this next and final predictions is for NAF's North American Allied Fighting Series. They are doing a Rock and Rumble event. This is on Saturday, August the 28th at the Nautica Pavilion. The interesting thing here is that Matt Brown is going to be there as the special guest.